I influence us in so many Josh Strife ways. I do. How have I influenced your life, for better or for worse? Because I've met people who now wear vests. In fact, I met a really cool guy in Birmingham. It was in Birmingham train station, and really cool chap. I remember his name began with a D, but I can't remember the specific name itself. But lovely guy. So I was shopping in Birmingham train station, and there was this guy in the kind of like shopping centre as well, and he was wearing a white shirt and a vest, and the dude was pretty buff. You know, the dude was genuinely well built, but he had his sleeves rolled up, and he had these really cool Witcher symbol tattoos down his arm, and then he had like the Skyrim kind of Dovahkiin dragon symbols down his arm as well, and he had the Half-Life symbol tattooed in his arm as well. And I wanted to be like, dude, sorry to disturb you, but those tattoos are awesome. They look really badass. But the guy was busy shopping, so I didn't want to, disturb his day. But while I was shopping, he came over and went, sorry to interrupt you, man, but do you work on YouTube? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, are you Josh? I'm like, oh, yeah, lovely. Of course I am. He says, do you mind if we, kind of grab a picture, watch your videos? Lovely chap. So we talked for a while. We talked about games. I complimented the tattoos. He had to run off and catch a train. We were in a train station. But it was just a lovely interaction. And I'll say to you guys the same thing I said to him. I've got no problem whatsoever with people coming up to me and saying hi and wanting to chat about games. Just introduce yourself, be polite. I'm more than happy to give someone time. That's totally okay. It's happened a couple of times. I've had people recognize me in kind of shopping centers or towns. It happens more in bigger towns and bigger cities, and it definitely happens in gaming conventions. But whenever it happens kind of in the wild, if you will, that's always a really humbling, a really nice moment. I enjoy it. Then they realize that it's not Kit Harington. They do. They walk up to me, and then they realize that I'm not Rob Stark and that I'm not Henry Cavill, and then they have to make awkward small talk because they really wanted to meet somebody else. That's what it was. People are like, oh my god, sorry. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm not them. I just make YouTube videos. And they're like, oh, that's great. What kind of videos? I'll follow you on YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, there it is. That awkward moment. And then they walk away, and then you know what? They don't even follow me. Don't even subscribe. That's the worst thing about it. That is the worst thing about it. One day, someone will recognize me as the Tera Murderer. That is such a badass name. The Tera Murderer. It sounds like I should be on some kind of cheap podcast about killers. The MMO was having an average day. Little did it know, the Tera Murderer was on the way. There we go. I'll take that. The Terror. The leaves crunched underfoot as I walked into what appeared to be a doorway. See, I can do a podcast, one of those murder mystery podcasts, one of those unsolved crime podcasts. I can do that. Imagine it narrated by David Attenborough. The MMO sits alone, unknown, and unaware that its demise is imminent. Josh walks through the door, pointing out the egregious nature of the cash shop, pointing out how A and D are not strafe, but instead turn. This small mistake will cost the MMORPG more than it realizes. After he gets done reviewing the game, players will leave in droves. GamerGo will attempt to buy it. And the cash shop will begin selling boosts. This is the unfortunate death spiral of the MMORPG.